Look at it now. We have to finish everything, and we're missing one 45-6. So tomorrow, so, you know, it's silly when you don't have it on hand. You know? We have like whatever that shit costs right there. You go build anything right now, be done. This I'm gonna measure for you. So it's at 1/4. We need 2-inch minimum. Clamp for the radiator. But we're gonna need a small fucking tribe of those.
1, 2, 3, 4,
2,
5,
4,
6, 7,
6, 8. Yeah. 8, 10. There's a hidden one.
Oh, okay.
So 10, 20, maybe 100 of those. A bunch. Damn, I didn't fucking see about that fucking belt on my shit. Battery. I'm trying to organize here these clips. I could print these. I print these. So I do the wiring harness. Once I put that shit in, I have to put it on behind the wall. No, I need to do You dropped that off already? I don't even remember. Every day I drop something off. It was in the cup holder of your truck. Oh no, we don't have the tool to cut it. Oh, you have to cut it first. You roll it easily with that fucking tool. I need that crank sensor. Another valuable tool that's worth it. Where is that one magical fucking wire I don't see? Here. This one? That's another cord. No. Off to the side? I hope not. Oh yeah, it looks like it might be my guy. Okay. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3.
I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit.
I think we can turn that around. Turn that around. Yeah, we're gonna turn that around. I think it's just put this oil tank here. I have a lot more space. That's what it was. I realized that
it's behind the injectors, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, good luck taking that out without taking out the intake out.
Oh no, you have to. You have to take the intake out.
We're gonna have to figure that out now when I take this shit off. Maybe I'll take off the compressor as well before I dress up that anymore and put those inserts in.
What inserts? The
ones for the knock sensor.
The Healy. You gonna try that?
Yeah, because look, I can't even see the engine from here. I'll have to take this off, and this compressor off. I might be able to see the front one at least easy, and then if it works good on the front one, I mean, we just need to turn that on there. It's
way. But yeah, he was like, dude, my position size were so big that they would see it. Because you know how I told you, they have the open position. So Wanda shows you who's in what, and you know where they're doing, long, short, where their orders are sitting, you know, so they'll move price. And he also said that that's people that control that shit, not contracts. Obviously, like you know, futures. So he trades future currencies on future now.
Yeah.
He does future currencies.
I haven't gotten into that yet with the crypto stuff, even though they started in December with it. And that's,
in futures?
Yeah. That's why, like, you know, just watching what's been happening with the crypto market, you can tell they're fucking selling and shorting the fuck out of it.
What broker do you use for futures?
That's what I'm saying. I use independent brokers for my stock trades and
trade station
and shit.
or something.
Yeah, it's a platform.
No, because the platform. That's what I meant. TradeStation. You use that platform?
It's called independent brokers.
Oh, that's the platform. Oh, that's what. All right, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me.
They have the cheapest fees. That's why I went with them, and I don't need any.
Everything is you. Oh, you live in the U.S.? No. You live in the U.S.? No. You live in the U.S.? No. Like, yo, they don't let you do anything if you live in the U.S. If you live anywhere fucking else, you can use all their services. But because you live in the U.S.?
If you live in the U.S., the only chance you have is if you're a high net worth individual, you know, accredited investor, then you can invest in risky ventures, you know. If you're not, it's like, no, it's illegal to sell those to people unless you register and go through the whole, you know, process or whatever. And these ICOs, they don't want to register. They don't want to. You know how much that costs to go through that with legal fees and compliance and God knows, unless they got millions of dollars to play with and throw it, you know, that side of it, they're better off just selling it to the rest of the world and saying no to the U.S. And that's what they've been doing.
Another great thing though, man. You don't even have to live in the country that you have your citizenship in.
You know, Vanuatu offers citizenship, right?
What is it?
Vanuatu. It's over there by Fiji. It's in the South Pacific.
Oh, that's that little strand of islands that I'm seeing.
It's like
that they
50,
have,
60 islands.
This is one here. It should be black unless this is a second gen or a first gen?
What? RX8?
Yeah.
It's first gen.
Then the first gen only has one then. That's why it's hard to find a second one.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fucking exist. Yeah.
What about this?
Oh.
I'm fucking 2 for 2, baby. Bring it.
Is that it? It looks like it could reach. This one, if that one went there. And then this one goes here. It's on location. We'll just go above it. It just fits. Alright, so we need another knock sensor.
It does have two.
Huh?
So it does have two.
It looks like, yeah.
Dumpster diving for knock sensor.
I must see it, man. I must see it, man. Nothing there.
What's behind dumpster number 2?
Here, see if you could birth a fucking... I don't know if I need to do more.
I would hope you have a good idea, because I have no idea.
The hole is different than the Bosch.
I tell her that all the time. She doesn't want to hear it. Get all up in her area. Now give her a bigger hole. Like another bad date. It doesn't fit.
It's not wide enough. Calmer.
It's not wide enough. Faster, slower. You're not fucking. Perfect. Thank you for helping me. Thanks for coming out. For my next magic trick, I pump my chest and disappear into the crowd.
That was
Oh, this
definitely
looks expensive, boy. That's expensive looking right there. I want to fuck this up.
Fucking metal gangbang here. I got enough. Oh yeah.
Why are you saving the good shit? little dip in the boat here. Oh man, she's gonna get bigger and bigger. So she says no, boss. No, boss. Oh. She's caught, man. No, let her go. She's losing the brake. Might as well. There. That's. Make it into caps.
Yeah.
You make this cap like they already
like
do.
an actual rotor with
the rotor right here. The rotor for the clutch, which obviously they already eliminated and consolidated. But we could put a rotor. Every cap on here. I made a rotor volume button for your RX8 that lights up for the volume. You know, has a big button on the middle of the radio. Well, you don't have the original radio anymore, but they make one. Somebody made a file already.
Really?
Pretty cool because it lights up. So if you print the base black and the thing gray, and then the middle will light up. If you do it all white, it lights up. It glows. It's pretty cool. I love everything together to the block there. I got all the
Good
cables.
solid ground.
Yeah. I got all the cables that I need here. This is that knock sensor we were looking for earlier that we didn't know. We had two. This is the throttle, which is right here. And then we've got all 4 coils right here. The factory ignition didn't have another box hooked up to it, like doesn't sit on a controller box like an igniter box. No, right? Because this is not that stepper motor side. This is this side. The AC looms here. I already had the AC wires are right here. AC and power for the starter. I already did all those. Yeah, it's already done. It's right here. It's already shortened. Everything's already done here. Alright. It's just the 6 injectors. Maybe these solenoids. And the 4 coils that I have to cut off. It's going to be too much wiring harness to run all of this, I think. Like out here. Let's see the first one, for example. We go this into this, and this into this. I mean, I don't know. I think that thing's going to be... I don't know. I think it's a lot easier to just cut these fucking 3 wires off and solder them to these fucking 3 wires and leave the ground that's already there. You know, I'm gonna eliminate all these heads and just end up with that, you know. If this is the kit, I mean, I know we're not supposed to take this car apart again, but this company Boom Slang will take this harness once it's done and make us every fucking connector, not like dry rotted and crispy like this, waiting to break and fuck up and cause you another problem, possibly an engine, hopefully not, you know. That's why I don't like using these connectors on a connector on a connector. I mean, how the fuck do you know that's still true? When it's not if, when a symptom arises, sputtering, it has this, you don't want to fucking do it. What the fuck is it? It's a back coil, it's a back coil. You buy 4 coils and 4 fucking sets of coils later, you realize there's this one little wire that was broken off the thing because it was toasty.
Yeah.
That shit sucks. So like I said, like we'll get this shit done, but if this is the one and it gets done and it's finished and it's perfect, we could take that off and just send it to them, and then they'll make us those wiring harnesses brand new for a set price, and we don't have to do anything. And then it'll be all plug and play. Everything will already come like this. You're not gonna send them this kit to cut and add and weld and, you know. I mean, I would solder this just for fun, but somebody might look at this like, oh fuck that, I don't even want this kit, I gotta solder, like fuck that. I might not be good at soldering, like,
Yeah.
So you might be.
You got the option.
Well, that's what I mean. Like
you can use the
you can use it as it exists. Yeah.
the stuff you can get off of like eBay or Amazon, whatever.
Anybody's. Yeah. It'll work. I just want to streamline this.
Right. Or you can get the whole damn wiring harness, like you're saying.
Right. Because like, to me, it's too many wires. There's way too many wires.
If anybody wants to spend this much money on blowing up a car like this, I think
yeah, no,
you don't want to like
rather
leave
go
any
through the
weak
trouble.
links
I'm gonna
anywhere.
reface the coils the other way again, just so I can have more room, and then clean this up. Because with this amount of room here, I have plenty. This is the furthest one. That's perfect. This one goes right here. All of the other ones are more than enough. But if I have to double this around, like, I'm just creating way too much mass inside this engine compartment. So that's the idea. I'm gonna chop these out, but I'm gonna do them one at a time, so there can't be no miss. We should do that here. Go black with white to orange, go black to brown, and go green to purple. And that's that number. I have them already numbered. So I know which one's which. So that's it. I got this side. Pretty much, that's the idea with that. The injectors is that water temperature sensor. We're just waiting. I just put the crank, the oil level. I'm gonna cut and solder the single wire, and then whatever's going on with this O2 sensor and throttle blade, I want to figure it out, because it's going to be that, the throttle blade, the fuel pump, relay or not, and then powering or grounding those relays for the AC or not, and how. So got a little bit more here to get. All I gotta do is run whatever's gonna power that, like whatever's gonna turn it on or off. This is gonna go right here.
Did that just sit in there?
What? Yeah, like no, I gotta beat it in there.
Oh.
It goes pressed in.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it in there to make sure that everything can still
There's
go
no
around
nuts
everything.
or bolts to tie that down.
Huh?
There's nothing.
No,
screws
that's
it
pushed
down.
in. Yeah, that's pushed on. Once you put the rest of that thing in there, it's done. And this is where we would also put the connectors to the that box, that catch can.
Oh yeah.
The breather would come from here. Put a cap here, breathe it here, put a filters over there, and then tee off into the drain from the box. So you never have to drain nothing. If it spits it out of here, it shoots it out of over there, and it drains it back into the thing. It never throws it on the floor. Like at a track, they're not gonna let you do that. This car needs to breathe back into itself. That's why your car at the track starts spewing oil out of the block, out of the breather.
Where's the breather?
Right here. You'd have to put a couple fittings here.
But
and
I'm
take,
saying that's where it was.
that's where the engine tries to spit it out, because your plastic 93 has a plastic bottle here with a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah.
And when that bottle fills, it comes out of the hoses,
I see.
which don't seal. And when you have pressure, it just pushes it out. So within 5 minutes, you'll be spewing oil everywhere.
Yeah, so what's happening?
Yeah. Within 5 minutes, you're already getting that thing like foamy enough where the oil is foaming in the crankcase and wanting to come up, and that with pressure just blows it out every little seal. Very easy. Common problem.
And those
Right.
breathers take care of that.
Yeah, because when it tries to get rid of that shit and push it out,
Blows
it
it into
allows
the
it
catch
to
can.
there, and it releases the pressure. The problem is that with the pressure, it picks up the oil. So as long as there's air traveling with oil to an open area, the oil comes out of the engine.
Mm-hmm.
If the air comes out with the oil in it into a tank where it can breathe and lose the air, the oil just drops right back into the engine,
I see.
and you lose the crankcase pressure. If you built that up inside the engine, it would leak out of every hole the engine has because it has nowhere to hold it.
All right.
If you have an external place like this allows it to spit it there, but by the time it gets there, it lost the pressure because it was allowed to breathe. When you put a cap here, where are you breathing? Nowhere.
Right.
And if you are, not enough.
Right.
This allows you to breathe openly by putting a cap here, like normal. But see how small this is? Imagine a dash 10 or two dash 12s or two dash 10s or however many you need to a tank, and then the same draining, and then a filter or two. You just, and then you separate it. You don't just throw the air, you know, it has a little baffle system where it separates the oil from the air, and it doesn't make a mess.
Right.
And it has a drain constant. That's the fullest. It doesn't get any better than that. So that's like when we take that thing off and measure it up, we'll try to, we can take those same exact dimensions of that thing right there and just cookie cut away about that L about 6 inches away, maybe even further, and contour the frame rail. We have a lot of space there, man. There's a lot of space there to catch stuff. And it's so perfect to catch it right there, and just to put it right back into the drain of the turbo. Just put a T. Just put a T on the drain of the turbo instead of straight down. Put a T at the bottom, and that's gonna drain there and drain here. Everything will drain. That's gonna be real sweet. I have that. I have to.
Are those oil lines to the turbo or what?
This?
Yeah.
Nah,
Fuel feed.
Oh, that's
Feed
the
and
fuel.
return.
Okay.
Fuel feed and return. I was trying to pull this little bitch up and didn't want it to come up earlier. That's why I had given myself more room to get closer here to this one. She's got that stuff there. Yeah, all that shit is routed, and I've been like routing it along places where I could put brackets and suspend the hoses, so the shit's not just gonna be fucking hitting shit against the car until a problem arises. I got this whole section to fuck with and take this off and get that thing welded, put that on, put these two lines on here. I need to have all these things on this car before I keep adding shit to it, because at the last moment, oh shit, it doesn't go on.
Had enough of those fucking hurdles.
Yeah.
Over the years.
And there's a lot of stuff
this.
to put back in here, so yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. All I gotta do is tighten a lot of this shit and just solder it and heat shrink it and finalize it. There's a lot of stuff I don't like where it lands or where it looks or where it might not last too long because of the conditions.
I like the way you anticipate and foresee the problems and take care of it before you.
Yeah, I don't like to build as I go. It looks like that, but I'm working backwards a little bit.
From the witness stand
Most of the
backwards.
time, yeah. My approach is a little different.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, like I mean, a lot of the stuff was stuff he's already planned. So like, yeah, he had a great idea, but he didn't finish it out. So I can't carry his idea. I see what he said. I don't see what he saw. You know, I have to make it work and also not make it look like mud, because I don't want to buy mud. I'm sure no customer wants to buy some garbage looking thing, regardless how good it looks today. So aesthetics is unfortunately a major piece of the part, not just functionality. If it's pretty looking, like it withstands what it needs to do, and it's affordable and it solves the problem, then fuck it. It doesn't really matter what it costs. It's forever.
Yeah.
It's a forever piece. So all this shit here is not a
So
temporary.
no planned obsolescence.
It's not. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, this is the opposite of that. This shit will not make money ever again off these customers, because what the fuck is gonna break?
Yeah.
What the fuck is gonna break? Whatever you're intentionally trying to break, if it lets you, because this whole shit should be very resistant of a lot of abuse. That's what I like. So, now, if you try to break it, anything is breakable, but you're really gonna have to work at it. It's pretty within its range on all scopes, scale. The power to the weight and everything around it. It's gonna be very scary before it becomes very broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be
I know.
letting off
I know
or breaking
exactly
anything.
what you're talking about.
It sounds like you're gonna do a lot of damage.
It's more car than most people are
Right,
gonna, be able to handle.
By the time it might cost you something to break something, you'll be
like all these competitors out there. What they're selling to get you to the level we're gonna bring you to, it's like bringing it to the fucking razor's edge as far as
I
that
don't
breaking.
think it's reachable. I mean, if you could raise the same power, yeah, but not
for
a
long.
month, not for 2 months, not for a year. So, and definitely not on no hot day.
Yeah.
So
cold days can be, fatal too if you push it too hard on a cold day with
not
too
if
much
it's
boost.
tuned.
Really?
Not if it has a proper boost control system.
'Cause every time I've blown up my 93, it was on a cold day.
Do you have a boost controller on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Most of that time it's just the air density changes too much.
Yeah.
Too much. And if you never tuned in those conditions, then the computer doesn't know. It's going to target an air-fuel ratio, but it can't change the weather.
Right.
It can't change the inlet temperature. If it's cold, it's cold. If it's cold, it's going to be lean.
I mean, it runs really good for a while. That's usually the problem when it goes lean, right?
Like anyone that has these cars, they should know how much power to be expected. Almost,
right.
Because
if it goes beyond that, then
if it feels too good,
exactly.
It's leaning out.
Yeah.
That's why this engine is not a 4-stroke. It still suffers for that behavioral genetic problem that is its blueprint.
Right.
It's just overlooked. It's a piston port motor. It's a port motor.
Yeah.
The port predicts everything. There's no cam, no valve. That opens up a lot of area to play with. And in a car, most people that know 2-stroke technology, they don't know it in a car. They know it in a bike, in a weed eater. Yeah. In a very small vessel that had no load. Yeah. This is doing beyond what any 1.3. I mean, there's a reason why it's the #1 power to weight engine in the world. So it might not be #1 in weight, power to gas efficiency consumption. That's probably the worst there. Yeah. But
you pay for it at some way along the way.
We're working on that.
Yeah, exactly.
We're working on that.
We got the top secret technology and the master's brain.
Yeah, we'll be coming out soon with something.
Well, we're already well into the testing phase, so it's not even a matter of soon. It's already been materialized.
Something we could sell.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Something we could sell. Something everyone else can enjoy. We've had enough fun.
Never.
Time to have share. Start sharing. Oh, let's get this
Never
fucking
have
shit
too
the
much
fuck
fun.
in here so we What's going on now?
Just fucking mentally masturbating.
You're fucking up my parade.
Just looking at available space.
You looking for a 4-wheel drive setup?
Yeah, just seeing if it could be done in this car, but I mean, in these hubs here, we can take the back off and put the rear ones in the front and have a spline. Moving the shock absorber is no big deal. Obviously, this big support is in the way.
I got the plasma ready to go.
Have to have a tubular one made, but regardless, the diff would be here. Although the axis would be straight, there wouldn't be any room for the oil metering pump and all that.
Premix.
Huh?
Premix.
Premix?
Or use a sun adapter, or well, that'll stick it out even more.
On top of that, you can't have the turbocharger there either, because that's where the drive shaft comes through. There's a transfer case with you right here. In this chassis, it's impossible. But in the DDR, it's sweet, because this would be exactly how the back would be. The differential's right there. Instead of having the gearbox here, the gearbox is here, and the engine is right here. And the differential loops around the engine. And then you have your transfer case with a shaft going forward to that diff. And then in the front, you have the one that's coming out of here straight to the front in the middle.
Right.
It would be like this. This would actually be the back of the car. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Everything around it has ties. So on the ties, you bring the arms around, and then you get the hydraulic cylinders, and you hook up the chains, and you just go and swing that shit around here. Put multiple chains.
And it yanks
Yo,
it back.
I was so good at that shit. I was like, yo, back up. Give me a 90 here, 90 here. I'll set that shit up, link them, and then just start pulling it and heating it and beating it and pulling it. Bro, half the time I didn't even need a radiator support. I could heat it, beat it, and bend it better than anybody. That's all I did. With the kind of tool that I could use now, like when I did that, I would just pull it all. I wouldn't cut, I wouldn't weld, I didn't know how. Now, oh my god, fucking.
Oh shit, this car came from Miami?
Yeah.
F.I. who?
Yeah, I saw it.
F.I. Bah!
No wonder you got hit.
F.I. Bah!
Too bad love didn't heal the bumper.
You think I need a quarter panel too, or you think Ray could bang that out or fix it?
It depends on how it gets pulled. It might pull straight.
Really?
It could. I don't know how much. I don't know what it used to look like, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. Sometimes they'll just get this skin and sweat it off there and peel this and just change this skin here. But I don't know. I don't know the car, so I don't know how it would be easiest to go about. You want to back this up a little bit so.
So it's a Mazda GS, not GXL, but whatever. It's intact. Missing seats. Some tires, obviously. Find mission here. Stockpile a bunch of RX7s and RX8s to build out our high performance kits. We got an extra glass. Well, that's good. I love these old cars, vintage. This thing restored is going to be beautiful. What do you think, Doctor? She's a beaut, huh?
The body's in good shape.
I saw a little rust under the wheel wells. I think it's just superficial stuff, though, on the body panels. No seats. Got a free glass, though.
No seats, no rug. At least the dashboard's in good shape.
Yeah, and the centerpiece.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that all these, yeah, that's to be expected. The good thing is that all these parts that we got from Alex's car, a lot of them.
Is it? Is it any on the frame or
Yeah.
bad?
I mean, and this side is fucking nasty over here. Somebody put a fucking, what do you call it, floor jack and bent the shit out of it up there in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see where the trailing arms
Yeah.
hook up to the chassis?
Yeah.
That's the bad part. The beauty about the car, Alex's car, is that all that was just absolutely brand fucking new.
That sucks.
Well, this is a good parts car basically. At least you got some nice wheels out of it.
Yeah.
These are fucking racing tires.
Yeah. They're fucking down to the
I mean,
springs.
they're gone, but they were racing tires.
What about this here?
What about, wow! Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, a lot of it is surface. A lot of it is just paint falling off. But the problem is that it already started.
Yeah.
And it's got to be stopped. If not, it'll just start getting into the metal. It's just, you know, you never want to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, you know, like for instance, right here, you can see where it's starting to delaminate. You're doing okay for this thing.
300.
Well, that's a spit in the bucket. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have it as a parts car if we can't rebuild it, you know?
For a donor car, can't go wrong. Pretty straight, all the fenders are good, bumper's good, the headlamps are good.
Yeah, these pieces here alone are worth
This
money.
piece here is one of the quickest to get damaged and lost. You know,
You gotta pull the handle from inside.
like with everything, there's less and less and less of these cars to be, you know, in existence.
Mm-hmm.
So as time goes on, the parts become
Harder and harder to find, yeah.
well, they become
And destroyed too.
expensive. People will pay anything like 4 hands.
The good thing is we could scan all these parts and print our own, you know? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like $100 or more.
Yeah, now they're up to about $130.
I gotta get you one. I'm the videographer. We missed you at the shop, man.
Yeah, I know.
you were the star of the show for a while there.
I'm gonna be there back.
You better be, man.